A radical Islamist, a Pakistani grooming gang and a transsexual paedophile walk into a pub. Well, they might be allowed to, but you're not allowed to talk about them. There is an absolutely mental new law set to come into effect that could ban pub-goers from talking about controversial topics in case it might cause offence to pub staff. Labour's new pub banter crackdown, or workers' rights charter to give it its official name, could mean that bar staff who overhear your conversations about things like trans rights or grooming gangs could claim that you're harassing them with your words and they can boot you out. So the Equality and Human Rights Commission has warned that the proposed new law, due to come into force next year, could curtail freedom of expression and be applied to overheard conversations. A pub conversation could count as harassment if it is, quote, unwanted conduct that has the purpose or effect of violating a recipient's dignity or creating an intimidating, hostile, degrading, humiliating or offensive environment. Well, if that conversation is about so-called protected characteristics like gender, then you, my friend, are in double trouble. This is an absolute farce. The pub is where people go to talk about this kind of stuff. The pub is where people go to escape the kind of cretinous guardianistas that police our speech everywhere else. We're going to end up in a situation where a bloke in his 70s who's been drinking 5 pints a night in the same pub for 40 years cracks a joke about his wife's driving and some 20-year-old with bright blue hair and a just-up oil vest kicks him out and bars him for life. What is it about people on the left banning free speech? Up in Scotland, Humza Yousaf wanted to criminalise people for stuff they say in their own home. I mean, you can picture it now, can't you? Christmas dinner, Grandad's at the table surrounded by several generations of his own family, and he makes a comment about the pro-Palestine badge his university student granddaughter has chosen to wear. And boom, the police kick the front door in, Grandad's in handcuffs and he's up before the magistrate in the morning. Labour already wanted to ban smoking in pub gardens, but I think now we know why, don't we? It was actually just in case people hung around outside the pub, caught a glimpse of the fact that the Holiday Inn next door was now a migrant hotel, and then dared to start a conversation about it. Is it any wonder more than 400 pubs closed last year? 34 pubs shut every single month. Here's an idea. If you don't like hearing people who've had a few pints speak about controversial issues, then don't work in a bloody pub. Here's another idea. If Labour is so worried about left-wing snowflakes being offended by what they hear, then why doesn't Keir Starmer stop being so completely useless? Stop giving away sovereign territory and making us pay £9 billion for it. Stop hammering farmers or freezing pensioners to death. Stop calling us all racist. That'd be nice, wouldn't it? Stop taxing the living daylights out of us. I find those things quite offensive, to be honest. Do you remember when Jeremy Clarkson said this?
Would you invite Keir to your pub, Keir Starmer, the Prime Minister?
No, he's banned. He's the first person to be banned. He's actually on a board in the hall. He's banned.
Why? What have you got against him?
Hello? I thought you were running a news operation.
And he was right, wasn't he? And so was this guy. Today, we are all this man.
That man is not allowed in my pub. Get out of my pub. Go on. Get out of my pub.
Here's a message for the left. Save your political correctness for the poxy vegan wine bars of Islington and leave our traditional British boozers alone.